Hi, fifth graders. I am Mrs. Alexander, and I'm ready to show you lesson 7.2 on page 59 of your More Practice and Homework Journal. I have to say, I am super tired today, so let's hope I don't make any mistakes that you can challenge me on, right? All right, here we go. Sharing my screen with you so that you can see the page. There it is. I almost forgot how to get there. That's how tired I am. All right, so we talked about reasonableness of our fraction sums and differences and how we can use those benchmarks we worked on earlier this week to help us with that. So we're starting off here with says, Charlotte uses 2 boards to build a tabletop. How wide is the tabletop? So we can see our measurements here down the side that she's using. One is 1/2 meter and one is 3/10 meter. So if she is using those 2 boards and we need to know how wide is the tabletop, we're going to add those 2 together. That's a little word. It's a little better, maybe. Okay. So we'll take our 1/2 and we're adding the 3/10. As we've talked and learned, we need a common denominator when we're adding or subtracting fractions. When I evaluate 2 and 10, I know that 10 is a multiple of 2. So I'm going to adjust and find my equivalent fraction for 1/2. That is going to be 5/10. Plus, I don't have to change the 3/10. So we're going to have 8/10 of a meter. That's all we're asked to do for number 1. Number 2, Hugo walks 5/6 of a mile from his home to the library on Monday. He walks 1/3 of a mile from his home to the park on Tuesday. How much farther does he walk on Monday than on Tuesday? So it's asking me to compare Monday to Tuesday. When I compare, I'm finding the difference. So I'm going to do 5/6 minus 1/3. And that will give me the difference in the miles he walked on Monday and Tuesday. So again, let's look at these denominators. I have 6ths and thirds. I know that 6 is a multiple of 3. So I'm going to leave 5/6. And I'm going to write the equivalent of 1/3, which would be 2/6. And then we get a final answer of 3/6. Is our answer reasonable? Well, we've talked about reasonableness. We can use benchmarks. Does our answer make sense? So if I have 5/6 is about benchmarks. Here we go. 0, 1/2, and 1 whole. 5/6 is about 1 whole. And 1/3 is about, it's a little tricky. Let's think about 1/3. I have 0/3, and I have 1/3. Then on the other side of my half mark, I'm going to say that 1/3 is about 1/2. So if I did 1 minus 1/2, that would equal 1/2. Is that reasonable? Is 3/6 about 1/2? It's exactly 1/2. So our 3/6 of a mile is the difference between Monday's walk and Tuesday's walk. All right. Write the expression using fractions with a common denominator, then find the sum or difference. We have 3/4 minus 1/3. I'm going to list some multiples: 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And the reason I'm doing this, do you know why? 4 and 3, they're not multiples of each other. They don't share that. So 3, 6, 9, 12. I'm going to stop right there. So now I can change my fractions. They're going to have the common denominator of 12. So I can even rewrite my equation with those 12s as the denominators, my minus sign in between so I don't forget what operation I'm doing, and then adjust my numerator. 4 times what equals 12? Well, I listed it 4 times 3, so I have to do 3 times 3. I get 9/12 is the equivalent fraction of 3/4. 1/3. 3 times what is 12? 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 4 is 4. When I subtract, we get an answer of 5/12. I'll circle that because I did a lot of work there. 2/5 plus 1/2. Again, 5 is not a multiple of 2. 2 is not a multiple of 5. So I have to think of 5, 10, 15, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You might even be getting so good at these right now that you don't have to list them out. That 10 might have just popped right into your head. So we're going to adjust. 2/5 is going to be 4/10 plus 1/2 is going to be 5/10, which is going to equal 9/10. Find the sum or difference. 2/8 plus 11/16. When I look at those denominators, 16 is a multiple of 8. So I'm going to use that 16. I'm going to rename my equivalent fraction for 2/8 is going to be 4/16 plus 11/16 will give us 15/16. And 9/10 minus 3/5. Again, 10 is a multiple of 5, so I only have to change one fraction to the tenths. So we're going to have 9/10 minus 6/10, and we're going to have 3/10. So that was our lesson from today in class. Let's see about this test prep. Maybe pause the video here, try this on your own and come back and check your answers. Or if you would rather work along with me, I'm going to talk through them now. What is the value of the expression 5/8 plus 1/4? 8 is a factor of 4, so I'm going to leave 5/8 and I'm going to add 2/4. Oh, I told you I was tired. 2, we're working with 8s. Sorry. When I add them together, 5 plus 2 is 7, so I have 7/8, and I see letter C matches that. What is the value of the expression 10/12 minus 3/6? Again, 12 is a multiple of 6, so I'm going to leave that fraction. I'm going to adjust my 6ths to 12ths. Now I have 10/12 minus 6/12. That would be 4/12, letter B. Sunny is writing a report on the solar system. He spends 3/5 of the hour researching facts about the planets. He spends 1/3 of the hour drawing some planets. Write an expression that models the time Sunny spends on his report. So the total time, 3/5 of the hour plus 1/3 of the hour. There's our expression. How much time does Sunny spend on his report? Now I need to solve. 5 and 3, I don't have, one is not a multiple of the other, so I'm going to go with 15ths here. So that would be 9/15 plus 5/15 equals 14/15. Is this a reasonable answer? Well, let's see. 3/5, if I think about that, those odd numbers always kind of throw me. So I'm going to draw a number line for myself. Oh, again, that could have been a challenge. Oh, here we go. If I have fifths, I'm going to work with my original fractions. So here at the 0 benchmark is 0/5. At the 1/2 is 2.5/5. And 1 whole is 5/5. So 3 is closest to 1/2. 3/5 is about 1/2. 1/3. I'm going to go below. I put those fifths up there. I'm going to go below with my 0/3, my 1.5 thirds, and my 3/3. 3/3. Oh, guys, the end of a Friday. So 1/3 is about 1/3 is about 1/2. So if we add those together as we did above with our original fractions, 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1. Is that reasonable? Is 14/15 about 1? It sure is. It's super close, isn't it? Good. All right. Select all the expressions equivalent to 7/10. All the expressions. There's going to be more than one. So here, I'm going to list these down the side where I have more room. 8/10 minus 1/5, that would be 2/10 is 6/10, not A. 1/5 plus 1/2. Again, I need a common denominator. I'm going to adjust those to tenths. So I have 2/10 for my 1/5 plus 5/10 for my 1/2. That one, I'm looking for 7/10, and there it is. 5/10 plus 1/4. So 1/4. I can't get to 10 if I'm using fourths, so I need to list out some multiples here before I write that. I'll have 10, 20, 30, 40, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. All right, so we need 20ths here. So for 5/10, I'm going to have 10 20ths. For 1/4, I'm going to have 5 20ths, which is going to give us 15 20ths, which is not 7/10. So we'll cross that off. This one already has a common denominator, so I can do this one without rewriting it. 10/10 minus 3/10. 10 minus 3 is 7/10. I like letter D. 1/2 plus 1/10 plus 1/10. So I need to make this 1/2 into 5/10 plus 1/10 plus 1/10. 5, 6, 7. There's another good one. So we have B, D, and E all equal to 7/10. We have spiral review for division. 827 divided by 24. Let's see, let's go with a 3 here. 1272. When I subtract, I'm left with 107. I'm going to go with a 4 here. 1696. I'm going to be left with 11 again. So I'm going to say 34, remainder 11 for the first one of number 11. 1872 divided by 13. There I go. Let's go with 452. Let's see if I can squish it in here. Oh, and 52. 144. So 52. I'm running out of room. I'll put it like that. Even 144 there. You may need a piece of scratch paper for yourself to do this, or use the inside cover of your workbook. Let's do 540 divided by 12. And let's go with a 4 there, 48. And that would leave 60. And I know then I have an answer of 45. And 168 divided by, I better move that down. 168 divided by 14. Okay. We have a 1. Bring a 2, then the 8 and a 2. Oh, I love when they work out to equal 0. That answer would be 12. All right, gang. That's about all I can handle for today. Hopefully you're feeling good about this lesson. Please bring your questions to class if you have questions or concerns, or you need me to clarify anything. As always, let me know if there are any challenges. I caught a few there that almost became challenges, but hopefully I didn't leave any out there for you. All right, I will see you next time.